Hi, Marika. Happy New Year.
Hi, Brenda. Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to MPMA TV. Today, we're talking about something that shows up in every strong manufacturing career, even if it was not labeled that way at the time. It is mentorship. In an industry what's facing retirement and rapid technology changes and workforce shortages, mentorship isn't an option. It's really how skills, confidence, and careers are getting passed forward. And I think we see that very often here, Marika, right?
Yes, indeed. And it's something that we don't really talk about as much as we talk about things like apprenticeship or internships. And really, with mentorship, it doesn't have to be a formal program or just like a monthly meeting. It really can just be taking a few minutes to explain why this process matters from someone who's a more experienced employee to someone who's maybe newer on the job. A supervisor asking about what are your career goals and where do you hope to go, in your time with us. And not just talking about how much did you produce today, right? And then sometimes it's as simple also as just a peer helping someone navigate the culture, right? Like maybe they're, again, you're new, maybe you've been there for a while, you don't know anyone. Like, does someone put their arm around you and help you navigate and find your way and find your place to fit? So it's not always just about, again, work, but it's also about how are we really building trust and shared experience in our organizations.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting way to look at it. It can be as simple as a 10-minute conversation every Friday or every Monday, but it can also be like a more formalized concept. True, am I correct?
Yes, and you can really think of it this way. If you look at, for example, students and early career talent, mentorship is really designed to build that confidence, help them see manufacturing as a long-term career and not just a job. If you think about your incumbent workers, for example, you're really, by mentoring, you're really supporting their upskilling, leadership development, and retention of your staff. And then as an employer, mentorship really can help shorten the onboarding process. It protects institutional knowledge, builds stronger teams from the inside out. And so really when you think of establishing that more comprehensive mentorship program, it really is creates long-term gains for everybody. And we do see that employers who have invested in mentorship see those returns as, again, lower turnover, smoother transitions, especially as you mentioned before, those experienced workers retiring, and stronger leadership pipelines. Again, the people at the top eventually will move along as well. So, do you know who those people who are going to fill those positions in the future? And so again, it's not just about that individual, but it's also about building the resilient companies as well. And it can all start really as early as middle school.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I think that that's incredibly true. And we say it so often, but reaching our next workforce candidates at a young age really will help them sustain themselves in the manufacturing industry and building a future pipeline. So, how can MPMA help our members with, building mentorship programs?
Yeah, for sure. So at MPMA, we do help with mentorship in a few different ways. And some of those are connecting employers to youth programs. Those apprenticeships are dual training pathways. So again, as we mentioned too, the end of the month is that employer commitment period. So if you're still thinking about it, please connect with me. Helping to support incumbent worker development. And then also using our Minnesota Manufacturing Pathways portal to help individuals and employers navigate what's next. And another big thing that's currently in the work is also our industry mentorship in the classroom pilot. So stay tuned for that. There are two high schools involved in that, and that's more of, again, taking that experienced worker from the facility and bringing them into the classroom, and so that they're able to use their skill set, their knowledge, and help work with young students and guide them through whatever might be going on in their CTE program. So we'll definitely be sharing more about that in the future. And then if you just ever, of course, have questions or want to know more about how we can support you, always reach out.
That is great information. And I think we do know that getting industry involved, having our manufacturers go into a classroom setting, that's going to be phenomenal, right? So that is exciting news. More to come on that. Anything else you want to leave us with for today?
Yeah, I'll just leave you with this. If you're wondering if mentorship is important or if you are considering it, just think about in your life who's mentored you. And just think about even someone you can mentor this year. You don't need a special title, right? You just need to have that intention. And that's really how we continue to build the future of manufacturing. And it's really like each of us, one step at a time.
Perfect. Happy Mentoring Month, everyone. Thanks,
Happy
Marika. Have a good
Mentoring Month.
afternoon.
Thanks, Brenda. You too. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.